Hey guys, so this will be more of an in-depth review. I said I would do more of an in-depth review of the Alabama-Michigan game. Um, this is going to be mainly on the statistics of it, what I saw, how I felt, that kind of thing, having been at the game. Um, Once again, tip my hat off, or tip my cap off to Michigan. They played a really, really good game. Um, I know, like I said before, there were mistakes made by Alabama. There was also mistakes made by Michigan, but that really does not take away that Michigan won the game, and they were by far the better team. They really were. Uh, if Alabama were to win, and the chance that really came down to the wire that they could win, it was really a lot of it was based on luck and some silly mistakes that happened that were odd mistakes that happened during the game that Michigan made. But Alabama just made too many mistakes. Fundamentally, just wasn't an elite Alabama team that most of the fans, Alabama fans, are used to. Um, First off, I mean, there was I have to say the kicker for Alabama, the punter, 86, I think it was 86, played a fantastic game. Um, his kicks were amazing. Caused a fumble on one, which worked well for Alabama, and they capitalized on it. Another one is even at the end of the game, that one was kind of fumbled as well, and almost it really pinned Michigan back, and he was just kicking the ball fantastically. Um, I would give that guy an absolute A plus. He did everything he could. There was a no call of running into the kicker that should have been called. It's pretty obvious, pretty blatant. Um, but yeah, Alabama just was not able to steal a win to move on to the championship game. Honestly, that's how I felt. Um, Michigan was just the better team. Um, Looking at passing yards, Michigan had 221. Alabama had a measly 116, which isn't horrible, which isn't bad. Um, I honestly think that um, Milroy played a really good game. I think that there was just too much he had to do um, in the game. There was a lot of bad snaps and miscommunication that was going on. It was almost every snap was really nerves on end kind of a thing for the fans because it was so apparent, especially from where I was sitting in the game. It looked bad. I mean, honestly, we wanted to scream. We were screaming like how bad these snaps were, hoping that somebody would like the offensive coordinator would make a change or something like that because we were on the Alabama sideline part or the, sideline part of the field, and boy, it never changed. There was no change of formation, and I think that honestly goes down to coaching. And I think there was a lot of coaching errors. There's usually after half, Saban and his crew make some good changes, and there wasn't really much. It was odd. It was very odd. I figured that there would be much more changes. Michigan, on the other hand, made a lot of changes, and they did fantastic. They owned up that fourth quarter, even though Alabama scored 10 points in the fourth and Michigan scored seven. they owned that fourth quarter, especially like 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left in the quarter. They were fantastic, and that's how they were able to tie it up and get it into overtime and win. Um, the rushing, Alabama was much better. Jay McCullen had 87 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Um, and yeah, Alabama, even though it really didn't look like they were that impressive on the rushing, they really were. But I mean, having a total of 288 yards versus Michigan's 351, that passing was just, it was monstrous. And it just goes to McCarthy being really good quarterback. Um, so yeah, I mean, I know there's people already looking at that last play. There were issues going on with the line on that last play. One guy on the offensive line got completely busted up. He got beat. Um, there was also like Miller kind of stumbling, and the snap was low. That last play pretty much summed up the game for Alabama. It really did. Um, but you know, it was a great season. I think that the players have nothing to be that frustrated about. Um, I think, quite honestly, they played a very great season that really they have nothing to be ashamed about. It was fantastic. They pulled through the Auburn and Georgia game, and I mean, they got their spot in the college football playoff, as they should. I know there's Florida State fans that are saying, "See, this is why," and I don't understand. Like Florida, it doesn't. It's like this stupidity's going around because it's just there's no. You've lost all argument there, losing by 60 points. Whether that happened with or without players, it doesn't matter. That's just, it's bad in anyone's book. Um, but Michigan, they look strong. They look absolutely strong. Their running back is insane. Corum absolutely could not be stopped. And it was fantastic. Coaching by Harbaugh. Um, you just have to admit they got the job done. They coached fantastically. The game went well when things were going pretty sour for Michigan on mistakes and miscues. They kept their composure. Alabama tried, and it just couldn't. They couldn't fix these mistakes. They couldn't overcome them. And yeah, Michigan going to college football playoff. I think they are now. They're going to be definitely respected if they weren't before. And most likely going to be the favorite again going against Washington. And now it's time to see who will win and be number one. I'm very excited with this game. I think it's going to be great. And yeah, that's all I got for the game. It was just fantastic. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next video. Bye.